Well, good morning, folks. Me and Chloe are getting ready this morning. We're not getting ready, we're going. We're gonna make a trip down to a wholesale nursery and pick up a trailer load of perennials, and it's a new to us nursery. We've never seen their plants before, which always makes me a little nervous. But from talking to them on the phone and doing some emailing with them, I feel really good about what we're going to get. So I'm really hoping this works out to be a thing that long term we can be buying plants from them every week. And they actually deliver, but we need these this week for our sale. And so we got to go get them now. I didn't have time to wait for them to deliver. I just found out about this place. So that being said, this is it's a really exciting deal for us to be doing, especially when we're open in like what, 2-3 days now, whatever it is. So all that to say, y'all come go with us and let's see what this looks like. I just want to show you what a trip to a wholesale nursery looks like, and we'll see what else we get into today. But we're really looking forward to this, really excited about this. So let's go. So we are on the road traveling to a wholesale nursery. By GPS it says it's 91 miles, and we're probably something like a third of the way there. And you know, perennials, as you guys know, are a huge part of what we do in our nursery, and we want it to become an even bigger part of what we do in our nursery. So it's like you can't have too many. It seems like you know, anything that's got a flower on it, it's got some color to it, it seems like somebody, you know, there's a buyer for it, it seems like. So since we are not able to grow all of our own perennials right now, and we're learning, you guys have been following along, you know that we're learning how to grow more and more perennials. I've got one variety I'm starting from seed right now just to see how that goes. I'll be doing more of those as the season progresses, but at least right now, and for the foreseeable future, we're going to need to purchase in, you know, flip ready, sell ready perennials. And you know, that's what we're going to do today. And you know, Chloe, you spent a lot of time at our cash register last year, so you know what people are buying. Do you think it's best to have a huge variety of perennials, or, you know, relatively huge variety of perennials, where you've got 10 or 20 per variety, or to have a whole bunch of a few things? So let's say you got 10 varieties, but you got 200 of each of those, or whatever. Do you think there is a better? What do you think about it?
So I would think that probably for our nursery, the best thing to do is have a whole bunch of varieties in small quantities. But then that's also kind of a hard answer, because sometimes last year we would get in this one specific variety. Like I remember we got in a whole bunch of yarrows that they were like orange, weren't they?
Orange, red, yeah.
So we had, I don't know, 30 or 40 of those one Saturday, and they all sold in like 2 hours. And then that exact day I was like, dang, we should have had 100 yarrows. But you can't tell that when you're just buying them at a nursery. They just were popular that day for some reason. So it's like, I think probably the best thing to do is have a whole lot of varieties, just so that people can choose from more things. And that's what I would say, but there's probably no correct answer to that. So you're saying more variety is probably better than more quantity. So one thing about that particular plant you're talking about, you know, I went and got those at a wholesale nursery, and the thing is, I didn't order them, but I went to that nursery and I saw them, and I thought, that is a plant that people will buy, because they were strikingly pretty. Oh yeah. Sitting there. And they filled out their pots perfectly. The pots were full, they were big. So we sold, I think, 30 that day, and I went back about 2 or 3 days later and got 50 more, and we sold all of them pretty quick, and they looked fantastic. So a lot of the times with these perennials, you really can tell what's going to sell just by looking at it. Like if you can look at a plant and be like, I would buy that, that looks beautiful, the chances are other people will too. Well, that's true. So, you know, it's really about, is the pot full and is the plant pretty? You know, does it look like a full plant? People think they're getting a good deal, you know, when they've got a nice full plant that they're buying. So anyway, we're heading down here to this place, and we're really anxious to see the plants
You know, I've ordered them, so we have to buy them,
Yeah.
which makes me nervous.
They've already pulled the order.
They've pulled the order, and it makes me nervous, but you know, this is getting our foot in the door with them. But I'm really hoping that these plants are really nice, and that in the next week and the next week and the next week, we can continue to order from them. They deliver them to us, and we wind up just having thousands and thousands of beautiful, full perennials to sell. That's the goal.
That'd be really ideal, wouldn't it?
It would. And you know, you don't make as much money per plant. Like the margin per plant is not near as great as if you grow them on your own, but you also don't have to hold them for months while they grow. So, you know, they're ready to sell when you get them home. So anyway, that's what we're up to today, and we'll update y'all on this in just a little bit. All right, guys, we're at the nursery, and we've walked out here. They've let us just kind of wander around, which is really cool of them to do this. And I mean, there's just spectacular color out here everywhere. Now, most of their perennials are still green without, I just mean they haven't bloomed yet, but it's so early in the season, you wouldn't really expect that. But you know, you got creeping phlox out here, and those of course bloom really early. But you just see the number of perennials that are out here. Chloe, if you just kind of pan around and just kind of see what's going on, the number of perennials out here is incredible. There's just tens and tens and tens of thousands of plants out here. So every plant that we got on our order that we've loaded up in our trailer, they look spectacular, every one of them. So I'm really, really hopeful. These people out here have been very kind to us today. We have enjoyed meeting their office people. Beautiful little puppy in there named Copper. And they just seem really willing and eager to work with us as we are with them. So far, so good. I'm really, really happy about this visit. All right, we got home and got back to the nursery, and we've unloaded the plants that we picked up today, and I want to just show you a few of them. And remember, the whole purpose of this trip today was to get plants with lots of color. Listen, we've been dealing with storms and wind and all kinds of crazy weather and stuff, and some of these plants have gotten a little beat up, but they've kind of perked back up and they're looking pretty good again. So I want to just show you just a few of them. We're not going to go through all of them just yet, but let me just show you a few of these. The first one I want to show you, this plant is called, you tell me how to say this. Is it Armeria or Armeria, or do you say it a different way? A-R-M-E-R-I-A, and it's called Daydream, and it's just a beautiful little perennial, and that's what you can kind of say about all of these plants that we bought. But that is absolutely ready to be sold for $8 today. So really nice little plant. I can't imagine that these will hang around very long. Now, these are some poppies. This is the first time I've ever had poppies in my nursery. I don't know a lot about them, but all I needed to know was this. When I saw them, I thought those are gorgeous. People are going to love to put those in their nursery because it's add kind of a bold splash of color to anybody's landscape. So these yellow and oranges, they're kind of a combination bloomer. So really looking forward to putting these out in our sale coming up in a couple of days. And guys, these are some of my absolute favorites. This is a columbine. This particular one is called Early Bird Red and Yellow. I've got another one over there that's more yellow, but these things will probably be gone by noon on Friday, if I had to guess. You never know, but they're just so nice, and we look forward, obviously, to being able to sell these this weekend. And this is also one of my favorite plants, is a clematis, and I don't really care what variety of clematis, but this is called an India Purple Star. And all right, so guys, that's a trade gallon clematis. It's about 18, maybe 20 inches tall in this pot as it sits. You tell me, what does this sell for in your area? Again, it's a clematis. These are always command a premium price, but that means different things in different places. So you just tell me what you think this would go for in your neck of the woods. And also tell me where you are. Like, that would be $10 in Georgia. That'd be $40 in Ohio, whatever, just whatever.
let me know, because I'll be curious to see kind of what the spread is on that. So we just wanted to show y'all just a few of the plants. We're going to show you everything we have in here on our last video once we get everything set up and get it as nice in here as we can. But we still got to put the ends on our shade house. We finally got the top of these things covered, and we're just trying to let you guys know kind of what our days are looking like leading up to sale time. For now, I got to get inside and eat supper, and I got a movie to make so I can get this thing posted by 8 o'clock. So guys, thank y'all for being here, and I hope to see y'all tomorrow.